I was debating whether or not to make this video, and most of the time I don't like to make videos like this because it gives people who promote negativity attention, and that's something I don't normally like to do. However, I think this is kind of an interesting situation that, I don't know, might be cool to hear. So for whatever reason, I don't know, maybe it's because I haven't been uploading often and it's giving you guys recommendations of my old videos. My old car check back in 2013 with my E46 325i has been kind of spreading its way around YouTube, and a lot of people have been bringing up something that I said in that video. I could repeat it, but I think it would be way more entertaining to just hear my 17-year-old self say it, so here is the clip.
Few words of advice. So, like, a lot of people, once they get their license and they're like done riding BMX, well, not done riding BMX, they go and get a car. If you end up getting a car, don't become a car fag. Just stick with BMX because you'll be thankful for it later. A lot of people get a car and then they end up working to get their car and working to put stuff on their car, and then they stop riding BMX, and then you're not cool anymore because you don't ride BMX. So just, you know, stick with BMX. Don't let cars take over your life like it does for some people. It did for me for like a month, and then I realized, whoa, I gotta chill out.
Wow, I think I've become what I used to hate. I should have listened to my younger self and I might have been able to avoid becoming a car fag. Alright, first off, let's just go ahead and address the fact that no one should be taking advice from someone who uses the word car fag. I hate that word. I hate people that still use homophobic slang. I regret that I said it in the video. I said a lot of dumb things. I did a lot of dumb stuff. I was young and dumb. That's no excuse, but I want to go ahead and put out there that I do not advocate the use of this word, and I hate the fact that I even had to use it in the thumbnail. But I did, and I can't undo that. I think one of the main reasons why I said what I said is because I was just personally hurt. You know, I was so dedicated to BMX. I ate BMX, I slept BMX, I dreamt BMX. That doesn't make much sense, but to see other friends of mine that were kind of like abandoning this sport and leaving me for cars, I guess I took it a little personally. There were so few people that rode back in my hometown that when someone abandoned BMX, I was one less person in a pool of 3 people. And I'm not talking about anyone in particular, and especially not Jimmy, because Jimmy still rides. But I had a lot of friends when I was younger that would literally just quit riding as soon as they got their first car. And that's more what I was addressing in the video. So there's almost like this formula that I saw when I was younger where people would turn 16, they would get their license, and then they would get a job. So they could work non-stop so they could be able to get a car, and then they could work non-stop to be able to put modifications on their car, and it would get to the point where they would be so desperate for money where they would end up selling their bike, quitting, and then kind of losing a sport that they loved and a community that loved them, and winding up in this like realm of the car world. But it wasn't what I see the car world as now, because I feel like back then the people that I'm thinking of in my head, it was more like, okay, I'm gonna buy coilovers and maybe some like cheap Craigslist wheels for my car so I could like try to fit in, and then they would lose a group that they fit in well in before. So to me, I was just kind of like seeing my friends go downhill, I guess. And I'm not saying that there's anything wrong with this. I'm not saying that this is necessarily a bad thing, because it's different for everyone. But this is what I saw and what I was processing in my mind and what I feel like I was talking about. I think part of it stems from the fact that I almost had a similar experience myself when I got my first car. Although I was fortunate enough not to have to work non-stop to be able to afford to modify my car, since I had a very small income off of YouTube at the time, I found myself getting obsessed with modifying my E46 automatic 325i super slow sedan. And I was riding a little bit less than I probably should have at the time, and I feel like I just kind of caught myself in that rut, and I wanted to explain that in my video so other people didn't do the same thing. I wasn't trying to condemn people that are passionate about cars and that have an actual hobby. It was more the people that were abandoning what they love for what they think they should love, if that makes sense. It's really hard to explain, and I feel like no matter how I explain this, people are still gonna have a problem with how I explain it, but I'm trying to be as like unbiased and explain like what I was thinking back then and what I'm thinking now, which is basically do whatever the hell you want. I don't care. Like, just do what you want, okay? Please. If you wanna be a carnival unicyclist that juggles flaming paper towels, do it. Now that I'm a little bit older and I'm in my 20s, I see people phasing out of BMX for cars still. However, I feel like it's a little bit different than it was when I was, say, 16, because now the people I see phasing out of BMX that are getting into cars, they're doing it not necessarily for an acceptance feeling. They're doing it because maybe they have like a stable career or an engineering job, or maybe they work in construction and they can't afford to get hurt on their bicycle, because then they have no income, they might have a family, they might have a wife, they might be trying to save for a house. So they're kind of getting out of BMX, in my head, what is a little bit more reasonable just in terms of safety, or maybe they've broken so many bones that they just can't continue with medical bills or something. Everyone has their own reason, and there's no right or wrong. I mean, maybe the people that quit BMX when I was younger to get into other things like seeking acceptance, maybe they weren't really into BMX. Maybe they were just doing BMX because they thought that it was what was cool, and they were doing that for acceptance too. Which, there's nothing wrong doing stuff for acceptance and trying to find community. I just, like I said, I think I was a little bit selfish back then, and I was upset that people were like transitioning into something that wasn't what I wanted to do, because everyone should do what I want to do. Everybody should. All you, now, start. Now, to answer the question that is the title of this video, no, I do not think I let my younger self down, and here's why.
I like to drift. This car isn't meant for drifting. If you drift in a car that's not meant for drifting, you're gonna have a bad time. I've crashed my car twice drifting, both of which I was going under 20 miles an hour, and I was drifting somewhere that I definitely should not have been. If you're gonna drift, get a 240 and go to a track. There's no tracks around here, so I'm sad. I like drifting. I've been into cars ever since I was like a little kid. If you could ask me in preschool the 0 to 60 time of any car in production, I could probably tell you it within a tenth of a second. I used to be so obsessed, I'd read like magazines and everything. I'd even correct Cody. He'd be like playing with his little Hot Wheels, like making shifting noise, and I'd be like, Cody, you're shifting at the wrong time. And
drifting isn't just some new hobby of mine that just like sprung up because I thought it was cool, or I wanted to be like the cool kids that drift. This has been something that I've been interested in for a very long time. And if you haven't seen that car check yet, I suggest you watch it, because in addition to being funny because I swear a lot and I'm really immature, there's a lot of stuff that I kind of say that I feel like you will be able to see kind of line up with where I am now, which I find to be interesting. So I'm gonna put a card that will link you to that video, and I'll also put it at the end of the video if you want to continue watching what I'm about to say. So drifting to me is a lot like BMX in that there's a community, it's kind of skill-based, and it's something where you can progress, because that's what I love about BMX, is you can go out, you can learn a new trick, and it's very tangible. It's not like soccer or baseball, which I don't have a problem with, like team sports. It's something individual where you can push yourself harder, farther. It's style-based like BMX. And I don't know, I feel like I could list a million reasons why I love drifting and a million reasons why I love BMX. And probably 500,000 of them would be the same reasons, which is really cool. You go to the track and you see half of the people driving used to ride BMX, used to skateboard. There's a natural progression for this, the seek of adrenaline, this love for a subculture that breaks the rules to do something cool. I don't know. I really think that if my younger self saw where I am today, that I would be proud. I am proud. I'm having a blast exploring like a subject that I don't really know that much about, and I'm learning new things, and I'm meeting new people, I'm traveling, and it really is a blast. I'm still making memories that are gonna last a lifetime. I mean, we're about to leave Florida with my 240, my bike, in a trailer, behind a new truck, to travel the country, go ride awesome skate parks, go drive awesome tracks, meet more people, and make videos for you guys. That is what I do, and I could not be any more thankful that I'm in a position where I can go chase my dreams, my hobbies, my passions, whether it be something as simple and obscure as building a computer, or something as core to what I've always enjoyed as drifting or BMX. It's insane to think how amazing the situation that I'm in is. I would be crazy not to put everything I possibly can into my hobbies like drifting or BMX to continue to be able to make new and exciting content for you guys, and that's why I'm doing all this stuff that I'm doing. There's a reason, and I've learned that if you chase your dreams, if you chase your hobbies and you follow what you're truly passionate in, you will be successful. I say this over and over and over again, but your teachers are right, your parents are right. Do what you like. Don't do what you think you might like or what you think might earn you money. Do stuff that you want to do, please, for yourself, for me, and for your happiness and your success. All of them will come once you find who you truly are and what you actually want to do and what you stand for and all these things. You have to find yourself before you can be happy. I don't know if that made sense. I'm gonna go with that didn't make sense, but hopefully it made a little bit of sense. I mean what I say, and I say what I mean. There are some things kind of going in on the back end of BMX, more industry things that have really bothered me recently. Some of them you guys may know, some of them you guys definitely don't know. There's stuff that I can't really talk about, and I'm gonna be honest, it has pushed me away from the sport a little bit, at least at the moment. So that's why I've been riding quite a bit less than normal. I'm hoping that'll change once I'm up in Connecticut and I can ride with my friends that I grew up riding with. All I can say is if you're upset with the direction that the channel is heading, I'm sorry. I'm chasing my dreams. If it's something that you don't enjoy, please unsubscribe. It's just as easy as writing a negative comment. I'm in the garage filming! I'm being super deep on camera, it's sick. Thank you guys for watching. I hope this video addressed some of your questions and concerns. Feel free to leave some comments and I'll answer them because I always tend to leave things out or say things wrong on accident, not on purpose. Tomorrow I have some very exciting news to put out there. You guys might have an idea of what it may be. You guys may not have an idea of what it may be, but get stoked for tomorrow. Oh crap, I hope I have that video up tomorrow. Yeah, we'll go ahead and say I'll have that video up tomorrow. I'll hold myself to that. So bye guys, I'll see you tomorrow. When you said